Hello and welcome back to Attiny Tech. In this video, I'm going to show you to make an Attiny statue bug robot with using two Attiny 85 microcontrollers to create this skeleton circuit. Let's get started. And these are the items that you're going to need to make for this project. And the items you're going to need is two Attiny 85 microcontrollers. The reason why you need two Attiny 85 microcontrollers is because, like this one in the front, will control these three LEDs. And the one in the back will control these three RGB LEDs. And these two Attinys will be controlled by the same power source, which will be connected to the 3V button cell battery and the 3V button cell battery holder, and slide switch. And then the other components that you see laying around are components that don't serve any purpose but to add to the decoration to make this look a little bit more artistic, like these capacitors and resistors that do not work, but yet they'll add to the statue to make it look more artistic. Like this transistor here, which will be the tail, the resistors will be the legs, and the capacitor will be the front legs, and that piece in the front will be used as a mouth. And of course, link everything together with wire. First, I'm going to solder the center pin of my slide switch to the positive terminal of the button cell battery holder, and then tin one of the other leads of the slide switch to be able to connect the wire. Next, I'm going to take my Attiny 85 microcontroller, put some hot glue on it, and then attach this transistor that doesn't work. And it should look just like this. And there, now you have a tail of this robot. Next, I'm going to take my common cathode RGB LEDs and I'm going to connect them together and connect them to the Attiny. First, I'm going to bend the cathode lead of these RGBs, just like this. And as you can see, I added more hot glue to the Attiny end transistor, just to make it stay together better. Next, solder tin pin 5, 6, and 7 so that way I can connect the RGB LEDs to them easier. There we go, just like that. And I'm going to solder tin pin 8 so that way I can connect that to the VCC. There we go, I'm going to place my first RGB LED in the back, just like this. Bend the cathode over to where the pin 4 is, and then solder it into place. Cut off the excess. Now I'm going to go and bend the rest of the leads over, just like this. Next, I'm going to shorten the leads on this other RGB LED and tin the leads. Next, I'm going to place it right here in the middle, and I'm going to go and connect the cathode to pin 4 and the other leads to the same leads that are on the other RGB. Push it in just like that. And then solder the leads together, so that way the red is with red, blue is with blue, and green is with green. There we go, soldered into place just like that. And now I'm going to do a quick test to see if it works. And there, it works. Alright, now we know everything is connected properly. Cut off the excess. Repeat the same process with my last RGB LED. Solder the leads to the same leads as the others. There we go, just like that. Cut off the excess. Bend over the cathode, and then solder it to the pin 4. There we go, just like that. Quick test, and blue is connected, green is connected, and red is connected. Good, now I know everything is connected properly. And now I know everything is connected properly, so now I'm going to go ahead and solder them to each of these 3 pins. First, I'm going to solder the red to pin 5, take a wire and solder it to pin 6, and then solder another wire to pin 7. Solder pin 6 to green, just like that, and then solder pin 7 to blue. Quick test by directly powering the Attiny, and as you can see, the LEDs are changing color. Perfect. Next, I'm going to work on the second Attiny 85 to connect to these LEDs and assemble this part together. First, I'm going to take some hot glue and put it inside of the CD lens. Place my red LED inside. Twist it around a little bit, so that way the red LED can evenly disperse its light. Do a quick test. Ah, that looks very nice. Exactly what I wanted. Next, I'm going to solder 10 the leads that are on the Attiny. Pin 5 and 6 and 8 will be tinned. 7 is not needed. Pin 5 will connect to red LED. Pin 6 will connect to green LED. And pin 8 will be connecting to VCC. And of course, solder 10 pin 4 to connect to ground, just like that. Next, I'm going to solder the red LED into place by soldering the anode to pin 5 and the cathode to pin 4. There we go, anode connected to 5, cathode connected to 4. There we go, and it should look just like this. Next, I'm going to work on these two green LEDs. First, I'm going to go and bend the leads just like this. Repeat the process on the other one, but the opposite. And I want to make sure I connect the cathode to cathode, the anode to anode, just like that. Spread it apart so it looks a little bit better. Next, I'm going to take the pair of green LEDs and solder the cathode to pin 4 and solder the anode to pin 6. And it should look just like this. Quick test to see if everything's connected, and there, it works successfully. And now it's time to connect the three circuits together. Hot glue the end piece to the button cell battery holder, just like that. Put some more hot glue for extra security. Put some hot glue on the front end and glue it to the button cell battery holder. And there we go, everything is connected just like that. And there, it should look just like this. And now it's time to wire everything together. Take a negative wire and solder it to the negative terminal of the button cell battery holder, solder it to the pin 4 of the first Attiny. Repeat the same process and solder it to pin 4 of the other Attiny. There we go, both Attinys are now grounded. Next, I'm going to take a positive wire and solder it to pin 8 of that Attiny, and then another positive wire on the other pin 8 of the other Attiny. Take the two wires and connect them over to the slide switch, solder it together, and there, the circuit is now complete. That's tested out by putting the 3-volt button cell battery into place and turn it on. And there, success. The circuit works. I have the codes to the two Attinys in the link in the description below. Next, I have these broken components, and I'm going to add it to this device to make it look like it has legs. Solder it into place, and you may be wondering, will it disrupt the circuit? No, because these components do not work and are not connected to anything. That only adds to the cosmetic of this device. Solder the broken resistors into place. And there we go, this device is now complete, and it should look just like this. Turn on the switch, and see how it looks. It looks really good. Now let's see how it looks in the dark. Ah, looks even better. And there you have it. Now you know how to make your very own Attiny statue bug robot with using just a few simple components such as two Attiny 85 microcontrollers, a slide switch, and a 3-volt button cell battery, and some LEDs and broken components. And there you have it. Thank you for watching SciTech. I hope you learned something new, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course click on the bell icon to be notified for future SciTech videos. Till the next tech, goodbye.